And hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to GB Gaming. Today we're going to be doing something of a bit of an exclusive. I'm really looking forward to this, having not actually played the game at all. We're going to be playing a very early alpha version of Star Trek Infinities. Joining me is the lead developer of Stellar Parallax, Max Hoof. Hello, Max.
Hey Chris, how you doing?
I'm good, man. I'm good. So, we've got to the point now where we can take a look at the ENT era Romulans and Federation. Is that right?
Yes, it is. We've just got some basic things in game. It's far from finished, but we've got something that we want to show the community at this point.
Yeah. So, am I correct in thinking that you've got a multiplayer match set up?
Yes, I do.
Do you want to invite my piddly ass?
I thought I already did. Well, let's do it again. There we go.
Oh, click here to join.
You know the usual password?
I do know the usual password. There we go.
Alright, if you would be so kind, I know you don't like it because you're better dead than fed, but you know, you're gonna have to go for fed.
The Cardassians aren't currently being actively developed, so I'll have to tolerate the Cardassians. So let's... no, the other ones, the Federation. Yes. Okay, so just looking at the Federation select screen, we do have custom uniforms already that I can see.
Yes, we do.
Who's it who made those uniforms?
Hobbs made those.
Oh, that was
also,
Hobbs.
Yeah, he's also one of our artists for all of our main Romulan ship designs.
Okay, and hopefully we'll be seeing a few of those in a little bit.
Oh, you'll be seeing them.
Okay, so I have to ready up, don't I? So
Yeah, you do.
Before we go in, what kind of map are we playing? We're going to go 150
we're gonna go
stars.
Yeah, we're going to go for the smallest map possible. We're going to turn off fire because I basically want to just show the people a little bit of the combat, and you're going to show off a little bit of the ship designing and how we've done that differently from stock.
Okay, cool.
And for that reason we've turned off all the AI and just made it the smallest possible map. So you know the chance of us encountering each other rather quickly is a bit higher than usual.
All right, cool. We've got clustered players on there. Does that mean we're more than likely to be close to each other?
Yes.
That's quite useful there.
Yes, it is.
Because, as I say, I think I've played Stellaris about twice since its inception as a game. I bought it straight away because I knew that you wanted to make a mod on this. And then played it once or twice, had a look at the very early build of Infinities, which was quite different to what it is now.
Oh, yes.
Do you want to go through those changes before we enter the match?
Alright, so we initially started with the idea of doing it a motion picture era mod because of the modular ship's design system. Now, when I started modding that, I discovered that there are quite some limitations to how that works. So we couldn't place things in different places the way I wanted it to.
Mm-hmm.
So some of the methods that I wanted to use were not usable, and I figured that wouldn't be very fun in the end. Plus, also that kind of system only really works for the Federation. For the Klingons and the Romulans, it really wouldn't have worked.
Yeah, I think
so
a
at that
modular
point-
design would be challenging because of the way that the ships are designed.
Exactly. And also the quality we could deliver at that point, because there are a lot of nice graphical thingamabobs that we couldn't do then, such as, you know, pre-baked ambient occlusion and stuff like that.
That's right. And I think
And pre-baked lights.
a major change in our design philosophy came with Heinlein. That's the update?
Yes, it did. And more on that in a bit, because that's going to be interesting when you start outfitting your ships.
That's right. Okay, so let's ready up.
But yeah, there's more to the history. Then we went on to doing it in the TNG to DS9 or TLE to DS9 era, with the plan of eventually working our way back to Enterprise. But downside of that turned out to be that making a research tree backwards is nigh impossible. So we just went like, you know what? Let's just go from the get-go. Let's go from Enterprise era and do this properly.
Okay, so we're starting off with the ENT era. Of course, I think the races that you have access to, depending on your starting era, is that going to change at all?
No. You're going to have access to a lot of factions. Not all of them are going to be major factions. So the four major factions that are going to be the factions with the storylines and the biggest events and the actual proper research trees is you're going to have the United Federation of Planets, starting as the Coalition of Planets, but more on that in the future. The Romulan Star Empire, which we've got right now in the Klingon Empire, and the Cardassian Union.
The Cardassian's going to be an interesting one.
Yes, there's going to be a lot of custom ship designs for that.
Yeah, well, I mean, they'll have to be. And are you planning to maintain the overall design philosophy of the Cardassians, or do you think the earlier eras there might be a little bit of a divergence because they went from a very civilian-focused and arts-focused community to a more military-focused? So do you think you might change the overall ship design slightly in favour of that? That's going to be exciting, and I really look forward to.
It's going to be very different. Like there's going to be a clear evolution that. From between, I mean, there's still going to be some elements that are going to stay the same. I mean, for the Federations, it's always like blue for the warp nacelles, red for the Bassards, stuff like that.
So the same overall materials will be used, I imagine, as well. So you'll still have that dusty golden flavour for the Cardassian metal, I suppose, if you want to call it that. Right, should we roll on and people can see what we got to see?
Definitely, let's go. Let's do this.
Okay. Now, it's important to note that Max will be teaching me this entire game as we go, because I have absolutely no clue how to play this. So that's going to be fun. All right, so we've just started as the United Federation of Planets. You're starting as the Romulans. I can see that we are human. That's nice. We've got warp travel. Our capital is Earth. We are xenophiles and fanatic individualists. We've got a couple of traits here. We're brave. We're intrepid explorers.
Really?
Yeah. We have multi-species. I think that's a custom one, isn't it?
Yes.
These people live in a society where aliens are common and welcome and are a functional part of society. And we have a particular homeworld preference, which is the continental type. There is quite a lot of text here. This text is very much subject to change. I think this was me. I took this off Wikipedia. And it deals with kind of like the formation of the coalition of planets and then the Federation. But I'm going to change that into something that's a little bit more unique for SDI in the future. So let's press begin. And
you're going to have a couple of pop-ups that are due to older starting events that are no longer necessary. So just ignore those people.
Okay. Right. So I'm in. Oh, there it is. SDI game start.
Yeah.
That pop-up now. So. The first thing I want to do is I want to take a look at our little Corvettes here. They're a bit of fun, aren't they?
Yes, they're a design made originally by, if I'm not mistaken, Hand of Manos at DeviantArt for a Star Trek Enterprise project. They're inspired by that. They're not direct copies. There's going to be some other ships from that project that are going to appear because they've got some very good Enterprise era designs. So it's the Hand of Manos. Tip my hat to you.
Okay, now there's a lot of planets I can go to. I'm just going to zoom out and have a look.
Now, which corner are you in, Chris?
Kind of very near the middle on the left-hand side.
Okay, so we're on the exact opposite of each other, but it's a small map, so
I like it. So
gives you a little bit of chance to set up your ships.
It does. So I'm going to tell my vessels to go to, or my scouting vessels to go to the local place. Now, there is a way that I can tell my ship to automatically scout shit, isn't there?
Nope.
There isn't?
No. That's the technology you unlock later.
Okay.
I know, it's lovely.
There we go. Survey system. That's what I want to do. So let's make it do that. And I suppose one of the very first things I want to do is look at the current research that we can do.
Yes. I would look under the physics research and the engineering research. That's where all your research is going to be.
Certainly. I'm just taking a look at the engineering research now, and I think the first thing I want to do is unlock the Jupiter space frame, which unlocks a new frigate for me.
Yes.
In our society research, I think this is all fairly standard at the moment, but I do want a colony ship. And let's look at our physics research. So we can have rapid-fire phase emitters, overcharged emitter coils, or we can have orbital energy conversion. Now,
I'd go for that orbital energy conversion, man.
I think. Are you lying to me?
Research complete.
No.
Really?
Maybe.
I'm not doing it. I want a rapid-fire phase cannon, I think. Now we can see that these have got... the Arassian Concordat. We've recovered artifacts from an ancient alien civilization on Titan. From what we've translated so far, the language we've learned, blah, 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 blah. I think that is stock. Would I be correct?
Yes. We don't have any of those in at the moment.
Okay.
A lot of plans.
So I'm going to go with a rapid-fire phase cannon for the time being. That seems fun.
Yes, about those, they can only be outfitted on certain ships.
Yeah, we're going to go with that. I've got to have another one now. We'll have a point defense phase cannon as well, I think.
They're very useful. The point defense phase cannons will be able to target both small craft like fighters, which we don't have at the moment, and they can target what do you call it? Things. Yeah. Torpedoes and missiles.
Research complete.
Ooh. There's a storm in the scientific community, which is always nice. Now, let's take a look at different ship building types. So if I click on build, we can see that we've already got the standard types of things that we can build. But how do I go to the ship designer?
You go to the little thing next to the research, a little box of stuff, really.
The little box of stuff. That does not help me in any way, shape, or form.
Well, you know, at the top where you have the 4 buttons, there's one little technology one, and there's a box of stuff to the right of it. It literally looks like a box of stuff.
Oh, it quite literally does. Okay, so we click on that. There's a drop-down menu.
And then there's ship designer.
And apparently I'm blind, ship designer. Oh, it's F10. It's got a shortcut. So let's take a look and see what we've got right now. Right now we've got a Corvette, which is the Taizaho. We've already seen a couple of those. We have got the, well, it's currently called the Litviak. I'm sure that will, or the Jupiter class. There we go.
Well, you can rename those. You can make your own and modify them.
We can. It's very, very resplendent of the type of ship that you get in the intro sequence to
No.
Enterprise. Is it not? Is this different?
It is.
Ooh.
It's a common mistake. This ship is seen in multiple episodes of Star Trek Enterprise, including the episode The Expanse, and I think Twilight. Yes, Twilight.
Okay.
It was referred on screen as the warp. It was referred in universe or in house, in the production team as the Warp Delta. And there was mentions of an older Jupiter class ship, which was a Warp 3 vessel, and we could have decided, well, that's going to be the Jupiter. And some of the ships are named after other planet types. So we've got
cool. All right, so let's look at the different things that we can do here. Now, we can see that we've got weapons here. Now, the whole design philosophy of this tree is a little bit different to the stock game, isn't it?
Yes.
Now, I can see that we've got 3 things that have currently got phase cannons in there.
Yes.
And they can only take phasers or phase cannons, can't they?
Yes, and depending on your ship class, they might be able to take heavy or rapid fire phase cannons.
Well, this can take rapid fire. I'm going to go with 1 standard phase cannon and 2 rapid fires.
Just remember, we haven't implemented it yet, but the weapons have a limited arc. So if they're usually at the front of the ship, they're more likely to only be able to fire forward.
I see. And it actually shows where they are if you hover over.
Yes.
That's quite useful. Okay, and then we've got a couple of spatial torpedoes on there. We have there are signs of activity by an ancient precursor civilization. Yes, I would like to research. And down at the bottom, we've got 3 things that show an engine hull. So let's see what we can do there. It looks like this is all stuff that will change what your ship does in perhaps an engineering manner. We've got high power emitters, high rate capacitors. Parametallic armor, polarized hull plating, a veteran engineering team, long-range tactical suite, warp field stabilization node. There's all sorts of things here. Do you want to go through what kind of different things that they can do?
Well, there's a bunch of them. So if you grab the ones with the phasers, if you hover over the little icon that it's got,
yeah, I see it on the right-hand side.
It'll show you what it does. So it will probably say phaser damage upgrade.
Yes,
phaser damage multiplier.
This gives the high power emitters gives me plus 10% on my phasers, which is great. Or the high rate capacitors give interesting. Exactly what they say, which makes them fire faster. That's fantastic stuff. So that gives me 10% adjustment in the speed of firing.
Yes.
Lower down, we're going to look at the warp stuff. So we've got Mark II antimatter injectors here, which give me quicker warp speed. Says FTL at the moment. I'm sure that'll change. This one actually gives me a warp range thing. So
yes.
And then we've got long-range tactical suite, which gives us a better sensor range, and a monthly hull regeneration with a veteran engineering team. I quite like the idea of that, so I'll put one of those in. I think I will also have a look at the parametallic plating as well. That gives us extra armor, and this one actually gives us a percentage of armor. So if I had the parametallic plating... Oh, I can't use that, sadly. I can't use the parametallic plating anywhere.
No, depends on the ship type, really. There are some limits to where it can go.
Okay, so I'm gonna take a couple of high power emitters. I am going to take the. So what does this one do? FTL speed 10%. Yeah, we'll do that.
The slot types are not set up yet on most ships here.
Are they not 100%
No.
Set up? Now this one can't have any armor upgrades, as you can see, because there's nothing green corresponding down here. So we do have 2 more engineering things. So I'm going to have an extra engineering team and a long-range tactical suite. We don't have enough power at the moment, so can we change our warp core? We can, so let's change that power generation. We've now got enough power to make the ship go. And we're going to call this design name the Bette Midler. There we go.
Not.
It's being called the Bette Midler. And we are going to save the ship.
That's just unacceptable now, isn't it?
So let's build a couple of those. Now, what I'd want to do is I want to zoom into my station, click on Build, find the Bette Midler class. There it is. Oh God, I've called it the Bette Midler class. It's going to stay as it is.
You can rename.
No, it's fine. Bette Midler will do. But let's build 3 of those. Now, the build times and the research times, etc., they're all reduced quite a lot. So you will find that I'm researching things at a geometric rate.
Research complete.
As you can see, this is just for testing purposes to make sure that we've got everything correct. So I'm researching deflectors, heavy cruisers.
I've made things cheaper, but apparently not everything is not free. Might be useful to point. Might be useful to know.
That's okay. I'm okay with things not being free. All right. Has my ship? Oh, I need a construction. Oh, I do have a construction ship. So.
Research complete.
So how about I said Oh, there is an autocomplete that I can do with this thing, isn't there? So if I go,
but I would not recommend it. There are some issues with the autocomplete.
I'm not talking about ship autocomplete. I'm talking about building stuff in your solar system.
Oh yeah, that's fine.
So I can't remember how to do that. Do I right-click on Build Mining Station?
You just click on it, and yes, that's an upgrade. Yes.
So
my Romulus is being run by Governor Sir Walter Reynolds.
I like it. How can I tell?
Like
how can I tell my ship to automatically do things within that system? I've got it. Build mining stations. You have to zoom out. See, I'm so good at this game. It's like I'm painfully good at this game. I think painfully is probably the operative word here. So my science ship is still doing its thing, surveying the system. Now one thing I do know is the fleet I attempted to build, I don't think it has built.
Well, mine has. I've just got Taurus's Grand Battlehawk.
Let's just try and build one more Bette Midler class and see if it turns up.
Construction complete.
Oh, it has turned up. I don't know where my other ships have gone then. Oh, it's going somewhere. That's why.
I'm actually on a quest to find you.
You don't need to do that.
It's only a 1.4k fleet. It's just one Battlehawk 3 Stargliders and a Swiftwing.
System survey.
Oh, my Bette Midler classes are automatically joining the other fleet.
That's if you've set them up as a rally point. Yes, that's possible.
I don't know how I did that.
So on the far right. It's on the far right. There's a rally point, probably. Apparently, I found a black hole called Blorg's Bane.
Oh, look at those ships. Girl, look at those ships. Haha! They work out. Let's assign a leader to the fleet. I'll need to recruit a general. Let's go with... Okay, these guys have all, of course, got their traits.
Oh no, I found some enemy ships in this system. Let's engage them real quick.
Hopefully I'll find some enemy ships at some point. I'm just letting my fleet build up to something awesome.
I found two fleets of... I found a giant fleet of void clouds, and I'm moving in to engage.
That's very cool. I think I might build a second science vessel because I'm struggling here.
Oh, I've engaged a hostile fleet.
I can't afford another science vessel. I'm very poor.
Firing the nuclear torpedoes.
Nuclear torpedoes. It's a shame that I can't see you. I mean, hopefully we'll be able to do so in the near future.
We should be able to do so in the near future. Okay, my ships are being cut to pieces. At least my star
No
gliders
enemy
are.
vessels here. I'm just going to move my fleets around in order to see if I can get into a little bit of a fight with someone.
A little bit of a kerfuffle.
We've got the NX space frame upgrade. Awesome.
Yes, the NX space frame upgrade gives you access to the the Columbia class. It's a prerequisite for the Poseidon cruiser as well.
All right, it looks like there's a vast fleet of pirates. I don't think I want to be engaging them. They're just too powerful.
Unless you build more ships.
Unless I build more ships. So we will go... I think what we'll do is we'll just tell our fleet to go to the next system. Keep having a good look around, and I'm going to go back to the ship designer and see if I can make something that is a little bit more awesome. Right now, we've got the capacity to make frigates, destroyers, cruisers. So let's just take a look at the destroyer class. Choose the Neptune. Nice. That looks cool. We'll just go through these as we go, I think. So, okay, we'll clear that design. We don't want it. Let's look at the... We've just looked at the destroyer. The cruiser, which we can either have the Poseidon or the Daedalus classes. We'll take a look at both of those. Now, the Poseidon, it looks like it's almost a retrofit of the NX hull. Would that be fair to say?
That's correct.
It looks cool. It looks a little bit tougher than the NX, a little bit boxier, a little bit like it wants a Barnet. And then we've got this Daedalus class here, which is something that I think it was first seen in the comics.
No, it's way older than that. It was seen in Cisco's office because Jake built one.
Oh, right.
It's supposedly one of the. It's been referenced numerous times in numerous sources. It's been around for.
I remember
a
a
while.
particular comic where these Daedalus classes were used to evacuate civilians.
And they also appeared in Star Trek Legacy. The Daedalus has appeared in so many places.
Okay.
I don't know where it originated. I think it was something like the Starfleet chronology book. If I'm not.
I see. So, as our heavy cruiser, we've got the NX class itself.
The people are not happy on Romulus, on Remus.
That's unfortunate for them. Is that because they have been enslaved?
No, it's because they don't have enough food to survive.
Most unfortunate. I should probably actually start looking at my planet and doing things with it. But yes, so there we have that particular class, the NX, or we can have the NX Columbia, which is the... it's kind of a refit, isn't it? And because it's better, that's what we're going to be making. Let's see what we can have here. Now, we can have phase cannons. Let's have a bunch of those. That looks good. Some spatial torpedoes.
I've solved starvation on Remus.
Did you murder all the population?
No, I just gave them food.
We're going to have some polarized hull plating and some parametallic armor.
Give you some polarized hull plating.
Yeah, you are. Let's have some high power emitters and some capacity. Antimatter injectors, fine. And a warp stabilization node. And we're going to have 2 veteran engineering teams here because I don't want these to die. We've still got enough power to run everything that we want to run here, which is great. We're going to call this the Frank Zappa class.
I like that.
I thought you might.
He's cool.
And you can see all the icons here are custom, which is really nice. I love the effort that you've made on these. Mark 6 warp cores, warp 5 nacelles. Very, very nice. Let's save that design. I still don't have a great deal of stuff and things. Let's just zoom out. There's nothing in that particular system that I am in a position to get to. Let's go to that class G star over there. I should probably still be researching. Automated torpedo launchers are a thing.
That should be a prerequisite for the Poseidon.
Oh, that's interesting to know.
You were already able to build the Poseidon, so I must have made an error there.
Oh, we'll sort it out, I'm sure.
Yeah, some minor bug.
So, if I want to change things on Earth itself, I can go to Surface and then make people
Yes.
do stuff, right? Now, we haven't made custom cities and things yet, but that's certainly something that we're going to do.
Oh yes,
isn't it?
it's on the card. It's in the card. It's on the plan.
Okay, so what I need to be doing is I need to be looking at what built Pyre. The first fleet reports that the fleet has encountered a significant pirate presence in the Kuma system. We're engaging a fleet somewhere.
Skooma system. What?
That is massive. I'm scared. I'm very, very scared. What is... Oh, God, it's a huge pirate ship. We need to not be here.
Romulus is undergoing an energy crisis at the moment.
Run, my fleet!
Why don't you let them fire upon it?
Construction complete.
Because they're going to get wrecked. It's like 9.1k by itself.
Oh wow. Okay, yeah, you would get wrecked.
I think it's stopped. We can't escape. There is no escape. Admiral Zheng Wan died when the USS Jaeger was destroyed.
Jaeger, that explains.
My fleet just got absolutely punted.
Well, I encountered two 9k glowy orb things in a black hole, so hey.
Alright, so I'm going to build a couple of Frank Zappa classes. Yeah, we'll build 3 of those. We haven't had a good time. Let's research the photonic torpedo. That will make a difference.
Well, if you're going to research a photonic torpedo, I'm going to stray away from my stupid nukes and start equipping photonic torpedoes too.
Alright.
Shall we put this game at a bit faster speed so we can get some stuff rather quicker?
I think that might be a great idea. And I can always do a couple of cuts and we'll come back once we are in a position to make cool things happen. One thing that we don't have at this point, just to mention it, is we don't have custom stations for everything yet.
No, we don't have... Romulans also don't have custom civilian ships at this moment, but they will be getting them. Because we have to design a lot of these.
We do. Ooh. Ship upkeep minus 10%? Yeah, I'll take that.
No, you won't.
Yeah, I will.
No, you won't.
Don't you tell me what I will and won't do.
I'll tell you what you want. Really want.
Alright, let's build a couple more Frank Zappa classes.
I'm going to build a mining station here so I finally get a positive energy income.
Construction complete. Construction complete.
Earth has finished its surface construction queue.
I'm going to send my battleship out to find you.
You've got a battleship?
Maybe.
Research complete.
That's not cool, man.
Send in one, that's the only ship I've got.
Alright, I've just researched the independent engineering hull and the...
Oh, great. I've got space pirates now.
Have you got the Doom of all pirates as well?
No, not the Doom of all pirates, just the regular pirates.
So let's just...
And I'm sending my battleship to intercept them. Go on then, you pirate fox. The IRW Taris will deal with you.
Alright, the Drake is surveying a secondary system.
I'm actually going to put speed at normal speed to see this battle real quick.
Okay, that's cool.
No, my construction ship's being fired upon. No, they killed my construction ship, you bastards. Oh, no, my construction ship warped away in time. Good job, man.
I think what I might do is I might design another type of ship, perhaps a... Let's take a look. We have the
Fire nuclear
battleship
torpedoes.
class now. Let's take a look. We've got the Yorktown as a battleship. We'll look at that in a moment. But I think if I got a heavy cruiser, I now have a third option, which is the NX Endeavour. Now let's take a look at this. Oh, look at that bad boy. The NX Endeavour is a total refit that I think was planned for the next season of Enterprise before it was cancelled.
Yes, it was designed by Doug Drexler.
By Doug Drexler, and he
The
loved this
Drexler
design, didn't
himself.
he? He absolutely loved this design, from what I remember. But sadly, the series was cancelled, and we never got to see her in action, which is, I mean, it's truly heartbreaking. But we've got some phase cannons. We'll have lots of those, and let's take photonic torpedoes on this bad boy. In addition to that, we're going to have more engineering teams. I haven't decided what to call this one yet. We'll get there. Some high power emitters. And... ooh, a warp field stabilization node. We've still got enough power. We are going to call this the...
More middler.
the more middler class. We're going to call this one the Johnson class.
That's a good one.
Hello, Johnson. And hopefully we're going to build a couple of them. So
Team Jester.
Team Jester, it is, mate, yeah. Where's that Johnson class of mine? There it is.
Anomaly found.
Oh, we've, yeah, research. We've got 3 Johnson classes now. Our fleet is getting larger and larger. Let's take a look at the Johnsons. There they are. But...
Construction complete.
we would really benefit from having a battleship, so let's design one of those.
Ha! The battle was victorious.
Okay, so let's... and here we have the Yorktown. Now, am I right in thinking that this was originally a later design?
No?
Oh, wasn't it? Was it always this design? Because I think I've seen one before that was designed by Killer BC O'Connor, which I think he'd done that one for the kind of the TMP era, hadn't he?
No, Axonar era. It was a refit of this ship, basically. This design originates from Star Trek Legacy.
But this has got some extra bits and bobs that we haven't dealt with before. So let's look at these blue things. These blue things are point defense cannons. And what they'll do is they'll try and shoot enemy torpedoes out of the sky. We can have heavy phase cannons here. We'll have several of those.
Remember, the heavy phase cannons also do take much more power.
Yeah, I can see that that's the case. So I've got some normal phase cannons and some heavy. Interesting. Now we of course want some photonic torpedoes. A great deal of photonic torpedoes. Now you might be wondering why there are so many weapons apparent on these ships. It's because they have firing arcs. Which is cool. Very cool.
Time for me to retrofit my Battlehawk to have some heavier beams.
Let's just see if we can get a better warp core. Okay, so I've run out of power at this point, so I need to have a think about how I can reduce my power footprint. Maybe I should remove a couple of these. You can see the power is going down.
I found the pirate base, and I'm going to deal with it once I've upgraded my Battlehawk with heavier phases.
Still don't have enough power. So maybe what I want to do is I want to replace one of these
to look at the warp core
with a standard cannon. Okay, we've still got 147 deficit, so let's get rid of this, get rid of one of the engineering teams, and maybe get rid of the antimatter injectors. Still struggling, still struggling.
Have you tried upgrading your warp core to a Type 6 warp core?
It is a warp 6 warp core, I'm afraid. Oh. So we are, like, if we went down to a warp, Mark 4, it would be minus 202 points. So these are the compromises that you have to make in order to get a functioning ship. So let's get rid of those high rate capacitors. We're still at minus 42, minus 27. So if we want loads and loads of weapons, we can't have many of the extras, if you like, on the Yorktown. But I do want loads and loads of weapons, so because I want a light show. That is exactly the reason that I'm here. I want a light show. I want to see combat happening in action. And so what we're going to do is we're going to call this one the the Yo Mama class. We're going to save that, and we'll build a couple of those, and then we're going to send our fleet out, because I've had enough of these assholes.
These pirates.
These assholes in space.
Well, that's why I'm dealing with them. I'm blowing up a pirate base as we speak.
Now, one thing that I know is my naval capacity is wrecked right now. I'm incurring a lot of cost because I've got such a large navy.
That can be fixed with research.
It can be fixed with research. Let's just take a look and see how we're doing. We are researching a bunch of stuff. We've got a 3K fleet now. I think that's going to be sufficient to take out these naughty guys over here. So let's send the fleet. I am looking forward to this. Let's zoom in on our fleet. So we've got a good mix of ships here. We've got lots of NX types with various different space frames. We have got a couple of Yorktowns. Now, these are hopefully these are going to operate differently in battle. Am I correct in thinking that?
Yes.
Oh! Oh! Alright, let's zoom out so we can see the fleet going through space. I presume that you've got like several planets now and you're expanding.
No, I've just got, well, if you count Remus as a planet, but it's more like a dust bowl. I haven't had a good start.
I've already got Sol, unfortunately. Will it let me colonize Mars? No, it won't.
It will in the end.
In the end.
Doesn't even matter.
I think my fleet has it left?
I've dealt with the pirates, at least.
Do you want to come and deal with my pirates? Alright, we've got an enemy fleet here, so we are going to move in on the attack. We are ready for this.
Are you, though?
Yeah.
Are you really?
Yeah. Easy. Right, here we go. The fleet's going in. Now, is there any... Alright, yep.
Finally got some good resource income now.
So we're going to go straight for this enemy fleet. The ships know what they're doing.
Straight from the top of my bones. Well, if you're going to get photons, then I'm going to get photons.
Is it standard photons that you get, or do you get kind of like plasma-y stuff?
No, plasma doesn't appear until TOS.
So when we do progress to TOS, the whole plasma jib-jab is going to happen. I like it.
Yes.
So we're going to be squaring off against this alien pirate fleet here. It's a 1.1k fleet. These pirates will ultimately be custom. They're currently stock.
Engaged.
Yes, they're currently stock. Enter orbit of Romulus. Alright, and then I need to refit my Battlehawk with photons.
Hostile fleet engaged.
I'm
Right.
only hoping my research for point
It looks
defense
like
shows
we
up
are
good.
taking some very long-range missiles, but... Yes! Yes, our Yorktowns are sorting shit out. They are destroying the missiles in the air.
Doesn't that look good?
The Yorktowns are hanging back, whereas the NX space frames are going in. It's quite loud, so I probably can't hear you. And we have the light show that we wanted. I don't know who's winning, and I don't even care.
Winning. Retrofit all Romulan designs.
We've lost a ship. I love the way that the Yorktowns sit back.
Depends actually on what kind of you set it up. So I've set my Battlehawk up to sit in the back.
Right, their space station has taken a critical hit. And now we are mincing through their fleet. Oh yes.
Romulan exploratory fleet. To explore the other side of the galaxy. Right, it's a construction ship. You build stuff. Energy.
It's nearly over for the enemy.
Another science ship.
And we've won. We took some losses there, but we won, and that is the primary important thing. Right, San Joaquin, I need you to build more mining stations because I simply don't have enough dollar, bing bang.
I don't have enough energy, personally. I've got enough dollar, but I don't have enough
So
energy.
let's go to the spaceport. I really don't have enough of anything. What I really need to do is get another either constructor or science vessel, but we'll get around to that.
Ah, there we go, just another power plant.
Could do with building a couple more ships as well. Maybe I'll go back to the ship designer and get something a little bit different. So let's go for a new design.
Oh, what's this?
Maybe I want a
Oh.
destroyer.
Oh, we've got space amoebas.
Oh. Excellent.
They're not inherently enemy. Well, they are an enemy if you start engaging them, but they'll just usually just fly from place to place and just do their thing.
I see.
Right, I need to get a new scientist. I'll get that. I'll
We're
get
going to
her
call this the
because
Caesar's Legion class, and we'll build a couple of those.
Caesar's Legion, Jesus. I'm hoping to find a good bunch of habitable worlds here so I can expand my...
Alright, we can only build one for the time being, but we'll wait for it to pop out of the docks. And
Construction complete.
there it is.
Oh, I found a black hole called Gargantua. Reminds me of a movie.
Gargantua.
Well, that's the black hole from Interstellar, isn't it?
I want to tell you that I know.
But then you'd be lying.
Alright, we're going to research some projects in that system because it should give me some extra power. We're going to go in with our fleet to the next place. We might struggle a little bit here because our fleet has been relatively damaged. We haven't got that many ships left.
Right, Chris, if you see the Daturi Expanse, how close would you be to that?
Daturi Expanse. I'm right next to it, just below it, towards the core.
Hostile fleet.
Okay, interesting.
You coming to give me a whack, are you?
Hostile fleet engaged.
Well, you ought to know. You're just a voice I keep hearing.
Research complete.
We Romulans believe that we have the superior base.
We are going for the enemy fleet. There are a lot of them. But we're the Federation. We will not be bowed by some pirate scum. We're in trouble.
We're in trouble.
We've just lost one of our Yorktowns.
Do you fight it?
Keep firing! We've lost another Yorktown. Our fleet is getting torn apart.
Updated.
Right, we've had to retreat the fleet. I don't know where the fleet went.
They'll usually pop back to your homeworld.
Fingers crossed.
Science ship under attack. Evading hostile fleet.
Our science ship came under attack. Probably by you. Was it you? No, it's beta aliens. Okay. Right. Let's go and... Oh, we can't build mining stations there, but we'll
Blah, blah.
yeah.
Blah, blah, blah.
Right, we're in trouble now. So, I'm going to need to build a bunch more ships. Because apparently my fleet just disintegrated.
Evading hostile fleet.
Oh, I don't want those. Whew. Couple of Yomamas, couple of Frank Zappers. Okay.
There's a fleet.
Oh, is that you? We've had some beta aliens follow us. It's you! It's bloody well you!
Construction complete.
Open fire on these primitive space stations.
No, don't do that. That would be terrible.
Open fire!
How do I combine fleets?
Select them both and then drag them towards each other.
Research complete.
I'm sure there's a way to tell them to combine, isn't there? Merge. Alright, let's take a look at your fleet. Oh, that looks wicked. Oh, you've actually got kind of nukes, haven't you?
Yeah, and photons. forgot to upgrade my battle.
The Batru barge. Don't run from me. Fight me.
Bring it, bitch. I'm probably gonna lose this.
I'm hoping you lose this. You're all up in my grill.
Hostile fleet engaged.
Right, here we go. The battle between the Federation and the Romulans.
One of the first battles.
Oh!
Emergency FTL jump. Engage.
Gay?
Kinda had to, mate.
Not happy with this. Now it's going to take me 36 years to repair my fleet.
My fleet just doesn't know where it is.
Alright, let's...
Chris, if you'll excuse me, I've just got to get to the bathroom.
It's no problem, we'll come back after this.
After this commercial break.
And we're back, ladies and gentlemen. My fleet is going in to try and finish off those pesky pirates. I don't know if it's going to be a success, but...
It won't.
It might.
It won't.
Sir.
But
Look, Svetlana is commanding the fleet. She's got this.
oh, Christina Mayfield is completing my research.
Hostile fleet engaged.
Now, we're going to go for a slightly different tack this time in the respect that we want to go straight for their station first.
Just find a... Holy crap. I just found the ring. Holy crap. I found the ring world. Very nice.
Their station is proving resilient.
Oh, I'm sorry, let me just put down the speed back to normal so you
They seem to be wanting to focus down our Yorktowns, which is unfortunate.
for them.
Their station has fallen. Now for what's left of them. Oh yes. Oh yes.
Soul system is rightfully ours. Send the fleet.
Don't send the fleet.
Updated.
Okay, the fleet is successful.
How big is your fleet, Chris?
Not
What's
big
the
enough,
fleet's-
I
What's the
suspect.
fleet strength?
I'm not going to tell you that.
Well, you're gonna find out how big mine is.
Oh, oh. My mind.
Who else but Quagmire?
Right, let's attempt to build a couple more ships. Because it sounds like I'm going to need them. And then we will have a final showdown.
Construction complete.
So, Chris, how have you enjoyed everything so far?
It's really good. I'm thoroughly enjoying it. One thing that I do note that is not, I wouldn't necessarily call it an issue, but a point that we'll probably be addressing during the course of the development is most of the stock vessels that are still in game, they have got a 360-degree firing arc, whereas our ships, because they have limited firing arcs for all of their weapons in order to make it more in line with the Trek universe, they might have a ship power individually, which appears to be double that of an enemy ship, but the enemy ship might win. And that's one thing that I did note.
Indeed.
So are you bringing your boys in?
Construction complete.
And what kind of fleet size are you thinking of?
You'll find out.
It's going to be like 10k, isn't it?
Oh, no, nothing that drastic.
Debris analyzed.
Debris analyzed.
Debris analyzed.
And I imagine that we'll be changing those sounds.
Yeah, so it's going to be like construction complete.
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 Our people have a proposition for you.
Oh god. It's going to happen. That's the worst part.
Our alliance is done. I'm trying to increase the variety within my fleet. Just a little bit, so it can show off all the different vessel types. I've got a couple of cruisers. I've even got a Daedalus in there, even though I don't like him.
You don't like the Daedaluses, then you don't realise how good they are.
Oh, I'm sure they're magnificent. Doesn't mean I have to like them. Oh, are you bringing it?
Debris analyzed.
Are you in fact bringing it?
It is there. I have brought it.
Let's have a look.
Construction complete.
3.2k. Oh yeah. So, my fleet approacheth. Approacheth.
But you've got a lot of NX classes there.
Yeah, there's a couple of different varieties of the NX class, of course. I think we've got 3 different varieties of NX overall.
Now let's have a look. See, I can see the refit.
Mm-hmm.
I can see the Columbia. And do I see the regular NX?
I'm not sure if I made any of those at this point.
Nope. Just the
But I could.
If I wanted to.
Right, let's follow this fleet in.
Oh, you've got a Warp Delta.
Hostile
Or
fleet
a
engaged.
Jupiter. Fire the photonic cannon.
El Doctore. Oh my god, look at it. Yes. Oh, I zoomed out too far. Now let's have a look at the different varieties of ships that the Romulans have. We have the Romulan Bird of Prey.
Some were already killed.
We have the Magnificent Battlehawk, I believe that's called.
Yes.
We have Swiftwing.
Yep.
Anything else that you've got currently that I need to look up?
There's a Hunter in there somewhere, or used to be in there.
I don't think it is anymore. But the Romulan ships look great. Their effects look fantastic.
No, I think you're gonna win this one.
I think I am.
You had the more ships. And I didn't have my point defense research yet.
I see. Yeah, that will make a huge difference. Those Swiftwings are doing a good job, though.
So those pops.
Ah, yes. I love the occasional misses in Stellaris as well. Like,
I know, right?
That's one thing that you didn't get in in Sins. Like, Star Wars has this thing where it has a mechanic where you can actually miss and the shot... The Federation better fed than dead. I'll never say that again.
You will once you get the card.
But that was really cool. That was great fun.
Yes, it was.
Let's just zoom back in. Now, one thing that apparently my ships are following you. Sod it, let 'em.
No.
Are we likely to have custom debris
Yes.
at some point? Oh, that's wicked.
But not like that, because it's just a generic debris
Yeah.
that appears everywhere.
Debris.
And I know that you made a bit of a personal breakthrough the other day in death animations.
Yes, we can actually have custom animations now.
Yeah, so I mean that's something that you'll certainly be looking at. Now myself, I am going to be joining in with the Infinities team, of course. I don't know exactly what my role is going to be at this point. I know that I want to do
Gull extraordinaire.
Yeah, that's all I'm going to be. I'm just going to be there. I'll be a mascot. No, I've been looking at the coding. I'm relatively sure that I can. That I will be able to do a fairly good job of working it out. Work it out. So hopefully we'll get to have a look at things in greater depth in the near future. If you guys in the audience, if you want to know any specific mechanics that we'll be looking at, comment below. Now, of course, one thing that you can do is, I'm sure Max and the other developers of Infinities will check back on the video occasionally. You can you can comment. They will attempt to answer. In addition to this, you can, of course, join the Star Trek Infinities page. And that's going to make it even better for you. That is a fucking huge ship!
Which one?
It's just called Alien Vessel. It's a Titan of some form. It's...
Oh, has that got a little skull as a health, as a damage?
I don't know what it is. It won't tell me. It's got unknown capabilities. But it's humongous. It looks like a Titan. I think it's part of a pirate fleet. We are not going to win this, but I wanted to go in anyway. It looks like an asteroid. It's got an asteroid in the middle of it.
Oh, that's just a pirate ship.
That's a big pirate ship.
That's I'd say you encounter a Leviathan.
We are not even touching the sides, but it looks great. Oh, ladies and gentlemen, let that be a lesson to you all. Don't pursue Lubu, and don't upset the pirates. Well, ladies and gentlemen, as I say, do please go to the Infinities page, which will be in the description below. Follow the mod. We will be updating on there. There's also a
forum thread on the Paradox
thread on the Paradox forums. I'll be linking that as well. Join us. Tell us what you want from Star Trek Infinities. Tell us what you like about what you've seen so far. Yeah, all of those kind of things. Is there anything that you want to add, Max?
No, we'll just follow the page, watch the progress, and if you think you've got any talent to contribute to the project, please let us know. We're always looking for new people.
Absolutely. Well, it's been an absolute pleasure. Ladies and gentlemen, for now, this is the Gull of GB Gaming, out.